And it kind of touching on that thing that we talked about a little bit ago, where you have certain aptitudes and so on, that can kind of form a part of how you go about if you want a promotion or not. There are certain building blocks that you carry with you as a practicing Stoic that you just by habit develop early on, and you try to apply to most things, even at a very, very simple, everyday, common level, all the way up to the possibility of getting a promotion. Phrasing, the repeating to yourself of different Stoic principles that are really short and very applicable to whatever's in front of you. And I'll give you examples that I use. I would say probably every 2 minutes while I'm at work. Yeah. The biggest one is that you are an appearance and not necessarily what you seem to be, or some variation of that. Very rarely is the first appearance that we get, the impression of something, accurate. Most what happens is that if you get two different things, you get your sensory perception of what seems to be happening, smell, sight, hearing, so on and so forth. The other side of it is what seems to be an involuntarily value judgment of what seems to be happening, and those two things get smashed together, and that forms the impression. A really mundane example is there's a tree falling and it's about to fall on me, and this is bad. A very obvious example, another one being there's a cake in front of me. I love cake. I want the cake. It probably tastes good because I can smell it. It looks nice. You can cut that off at the pass, because once those two things come together and your brain assigns a meaning to it, that kind of phrasing of I see the cake and I want the cake, you at that point can say to yourself, that's the proposition. I'm being told based off of this initial impression and my senses that this thing is happening and that it seems to be good. That applies to a promotion. It applies to commission, so on and so forth. The difficulty lies in what your aim is in trying to go up the ladder or to try to pursue something. It's going to be a little bit controversial to say, but there are cases where if you are offered a promotion or a better position or more money, higher commission rates, whatever, there is an option for you to willingly not take that thing, to willingly not pursue it, and the reason why you would possibly do that is because you will say to that proposition that you're an appearance and not necessarily what you seem to be. This higher commission, this better reputation, this title change, it only has meaning that I attribute to it. So I could refuse it. Going back to Epictetus, if you're at like somebody's house and they're passing around something that looks delicious, you can choose not to take that thing. Yeah. And the choice of building a resistance to that, building the courage, the resistance to these things being overpowering to you, that is there. Nobody can take that away from you. Once you realize that you have that choice, and you're willing being the key word, to act on it, suddenly it's not so bad per se to take it, because at that point you are approaching it correctly. You are saying to yourself, all of these bells and whistles that are going to come with this, that isn't going to control me. I can turn it down if I choose to. There was a recent example. There was a recent example where I did that, and it was extraordinarily difficult, but I don't regret it at all. Yeah. Because it means that I had the control.